Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Friday. It is February the 16th, 2018. Gonna look at all the races on today's program from Aqueduct, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Let's get on to it. 8 races on today's program from Aqueduct. Starting off, of course, with race number 1. The first race from Aqueduct is the main special weight 60,000 they're going for. It remains 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 5 horses here going the distance of ground of 1,300 meters or 6.5 furlongs on the main track. 6.5, 1,300 meters. And I show the diagram. Just gives me a second to look down at my notes. Just bear with me. Top pick in this race. I like the number 3 horse, Switzerland. I'm going to go 3-5-2-4 in the superfecta, 3-5-2-4 super. A single in the multi-race, number 3, Switzerland, 4-5. Manny Franco is on this Chad Brown trained 4-year-old colt by Spicetown, so she definitely get the sprinting distance. Most recently, this horse had to start the 21st of December. It came here at Aqueduct, 6.5 furlongs, main special weight 60,000. This horse finished second by 3.5 lengths that day. It was with the leaders a little bit that day. You know, it was a little bit wide at the quarter pole and just really didn't get that good closing kick. The winner in front of him just ran a little bit better. You know, before that at Aqueduct, the 30th of November, 6 furlongs and main special weight for 60,000. He did finish third by 2 lengths that day after a troubled start. You know, didn't break all that well. And, you know, he had to be rushed at the end. You know, at the end he closed up well, but, you know, that start was horrible. And also it was his first start in 8 weeks almost. Or excuse me, 9 weeks. 9 weeks earlier, the 23rd of September at Belmont. 6 furlongs, main special weight for 75. Horse finished third by 2.25 lengths. Broke on top. Was you kind of dueling early, then kind of hit the wall in the end. Just wasn't his day to win. But I do think this is a lighter spot. I do think he should run well. Watch out for him here today. So to recap my bets for the first from Aqueduct here on this Friday afternoon, I'm going to go with the 3 horse Switzerland. I'm going to go 3-5-2-4 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to the second race from Aqueduct. The second race, it's a maiden claiming race, purse $41,000. It's for maidens, fillies, 3-year-olds. Here, it's going for a claim price of $40,000. Field of 6 horses going the distance of ground here of 1,600 meters or 1 mile on the main track. 1,600, the 1-turn mile. My top pick in this race, I like the number 2 horse, My Rose of Savannah. I'm going to go 2-5-1-3 in the superfecta, 2-5-1-3 super. Top pick number 2, My Rose of Savannah, 3-1. Angel Arroyo's on this one. Blinkers on today for the first time ever. Most recently, this horse had his second Aqueduct start, January the 14th. 6 furlongs, main special weight for 60,000. Finished 4th by 12.75 lengths. That was a tough main special weight in my eyes, and he just was a little bit wide and really just couldn't get to them. I do think dropping down to a maiden 40 tether, this horse will run a lot better of a run. I do like the drop down. Start before 23rd of December at Aqueduct, 6 furlongs, 1,200 meters, main special weight for 60,000. Another tough race. Horse finished 6 by 16 lengths. Wasn't getting a good piece of the wet going that day. Was wide, and he just really didn't do anything. I also think this horse came from California from a month earlier. Just to keep in mind that day, it was very cold that week at Aqueduct, so maybe the horse wasn't really used to the acclimatized. Is that the word? Acclimatized to New York by that race. It just wasn't his day to win. And then he was starting before that in Southern California at Del Mar, 23rd November, 6.5, 1,300 meters, and a maiden claiming 50. Horse finished second by half length, closed up well at 35-1, just missed, but it wasn't a half bad run. I do think in this spot this horse should run well. Watch out for him. So to recap my bets for the second from Aqueduct, going to go with the 2 horse, My Rose of Savannah. Going to go 2-5-1-3 in the superfecta. Going to go to the third race now from Aqueduct. The third race is a maiden special weight, purse $55,000. It's for maidens, fillies, 3-year-olds here, New York breds. Field of 6 horses going the 1,200 meter trip, or excuse me, the 1,300 meter trip, or 6.5 furlongs on the main track. 1,300, 6.5. Top pick in this race, I like the number 2 horse, number 2 Scorpion Bowl. Gonna go 2-6-3-5 in the superfecta, 2-6-3-5 super. Top pick number 2 Scorpion Bowl, 3-1. Go Sapper is this horse is bred by Go Sapper here. Junior Alvarado gets the leg up for Linda Rice. Go Sapper is the winner of the 2005 Met Mile and also 2004 Brewers Cup Classic at Lone Star, but I was there for the Met Mile Day at Belmont, and he just had a great turn of foot. I believe it was his last run, but it was an incredible race to watch. Very warm Memorial Day, but the Scorpion Bowl, he could maybe get a mile later on in his lifetime, but I do think the 6.5 today should really suit this one. Had to start about a month ago now, the 19th of January here at Aqueduct. 6.5 main special weight 55. Horse finished second by 5 3/4 lengths. Didn't break all that well. Was last early. Closed up a tiny bit at the end, but it just wasn't his day to win. I would like to see this horse be a little bit closer to the pace. If this horse is closer to the pace today, I do think this horse should run a lot better. Start before the 18th of November. First career outing at Aqueduct, 6 furlongs, main special weight 55. Horse finished fourth by 12 3/4 lengths. Again, didn't break very well that day. Was with the leaders early on and then kind of just hit the wall. Just wasn't his horse's day to win at the end. But I do think in a lighter spot here today, good post draw off a little of a break. I do think this horse should run well. Watch out for him. So to recap my bets for the third from Aqueduct, going to go with the 2-horse Scorpion Bowl. Going to go 2, 6, 3, 5 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 4 from Aqueduct. The fourth race is Lounge Optional Claimer Purse, $57,000. It's fillies, 3-year-olds, New York breds here. Going for an optional claim price of $80,000. Just keep that in mind. Field of 5 horses going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters or 1 mile on the Aqueduct main track. 1,600 and 1 mile. Top pick in this race, I like the number 4 horse here. Number 4, Crying in the Moonlight. Gonna go 4-2-1-5 in the superfecta. 4-2-1-5 super. Top pick number 4, Crying in the Moonlight. 5-2. Dylan Davis gets the leg up. 3-year-old filly by Street Cry. This horse has a nice little pedigree on him, or her. But most recently, this horse was facing stakes quality horses here at the Big A. 1 mile, January the 14th in the 100,000 East Field. This horse finished third by 7 1/4 lengths. It was a field of 9 horses, and this horse was second for most of the race, kind of weakened out of it at the top of the lane, couldn't keep up with them, but I do think in a lesser spot, this horse should run a little bit better. Start before 6th of December here at Aqueduct, 6.5 mean special weight 55. Horse won by 3 1/4 lengths, broke on top, was on the lead all the round, and just had a very nice, easy victory, an uncontested lead, an all-around great race. And then first career outing at Aqueduct was an absolute disaster. 6 furlongs, November the 18th, main special weight 55. Horse finished 8th by 19 1/4 lengths. First thing was breaking from post position number 13 out of 14. Was rushed early on and just really tired. Just wasn't his day to win. This horse's workout lines as of late have been very nice. I do think in the spot this horse should run well. I would single this horse in a multi-race for if you want to play a pick 4, pick 5, whatever. So to recap my bets for the 4th from Aqueduct here on this Friday afternoon, gonna go with the 4 horse Crying in the Moonlight. Gonna go 4-2-1-5 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 5 from Aqueduct. The 5th race is claiming $20,000, purse $40,000. It's fillies, mares, 4-year-olds, and upwards. Field of 8 horses here going the distance of round 1,600 meters or 1 mile on the Aqueduct main track. 1,600, a mile on the main. Top pick in this race, I like the number 4 horse here, Thirst for the Cup. Gonna go 4-1-2-6 in the superfecta, 4-1-2-6 super. Top pick number 4, Thirst for the Cup, 5-2 here. Looks very hard to beat. Manny Franco gets the leg up for this 4-year-old filly by Stay Thirsty. A nice Rapoli horse. Rapoli actually owns this horse also. But most recently, this horse had to start 10th of December here at Aqueduct on the lawn. 1 mile, not on the lawn. The start before it was on the lawn, but the 10th of December start was on the main track. 1 mile on the optional 6-2 claimer. Horse finished 4th by 17 lengths that day. Didn't have the best of starts and really tired out of it. I do think with a big step down in class, this horse should just run very nice. This horse is, just looking at the pedigree, this horse has a better pedigree in her than most of the other ones. Before that, this horse started on the lawn here at Aqueduct. November the 18th, 1 mile, 1,600 meters, optional 80 claimer. This horse finished 10th by 54.5 lengths. It was the horse's first start on the lawn, and probably the last one. Really wasn't into it. Wide post draw, just walked under the line. It just wasn't his day to win. And then the 23rd of September at Park, mile 16th in the Grade 1 Cotillion. I think they were setting their heights a little bit too far with this horse. Finished 10th by 23 1/4 lengths. It was a tough field, and this horse just hit the wall. Watching the replay was just a bit hilarious why they ran this horse that day. Even though this horse did beat one horse, which was a shocking thing the way this horse ran. But Horse's best race her life came on the slop at the Spa closing weekend. Optional Lady Claimer 9-1. This horse won by 16 lengths that day. Broke second, got the lead, and then took off clear. Won by over a dozen and a half. It was a very easy victory. Like I said, with a big step down in class here today, I do think this horse will run well. In a multi-race, it looks like I would single this horse. So to recap my bets for the fifth from Aqueduct, gonna go with the number 4 horse here, Thirst for the Cup. Gonna go 4-1-2-6 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 6 from Aqueduct. Sixth race is a claiming race. Purse $44,000. It's 4-year-olds and upwards. Never won through races here. Going for a claim price of $50,000. Field of 7 horses here. Going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters or 1 mile on the Aqueduct main track. Something I wish they would run here at Aqueduct would be mile 16th races on the main track. Maybe they could use like a 16th pole finish line like Gulfstream uses or like Arlington uses, I think. I think they used to use it. I don't know if they use it now. I haven't played a lot of Arlington in the last year since the racing's gone downhill there. But it's kind of annoying when every race is 6 furlongs or a mile. At least this year, it's not like last year on the inner track. On the inner track, it used to be every race was a mile 70 or 6 furlongs. At least this year, you have some 6.5 and 7 furlong races scattered through, and a lot more mile and a quarter races, which are quite nice. But there's not one today. But back to this race, the 6th race from Aqueduct. My top pick in this race, I like the number 4 horse baseline a lot. I'm gonna go 4-2-3-1 in the superfecta. 4-2-3-1 super. My top pick number 4 baseline. 6-1 here. Kendra Caramuche is on this one. It's 4-year-old gelding by Bellamy Road, who absolutely destroyed the Wood Memorial in 2014. Was there for that day also. Very nice early April's day. Too bad Bellamy Road didn't fire in the Derby. Well, it wasn't the best rise by Castellano that day. Let's just put it at that. Did have a closing argument for second, though, or my dad did, actually. I was just, watching it at Belmont with him, and he made a bit of money with him. But back to this race. Get off subject sometimes. But this horse has been running on the turf his last 6 out of 7. Most recently, 25th of November, my birthday here at Aqueduct, mile 16th, claiming 35, 9-3L. This horse finished second by a head. Field of a dozen horses, went straight to the lead, broke on top, just missed, got caught right before the wire. He ran his heart out that day. It wasn't a bad run on the turf. I do think coming to dirt today, in a lesser quality spot, this horse should run a little bit better, I think. Start for 29th of September at Belmont, mile 16th, inner turf course, claiming 40, non-2L. This horse won by 1.5 lengths, broke on top, had the speed on the inner turf course, which you need, and just walked in the park. Very nice, easy victory that day. And then at Saratoga, closing weekend, mile and 8th on the mud, and a claiming 40 non-2L. This horse finished second by head, was second most of the race, just couldn't get that good closing kick. A little bit of a wide poster maybe had something to do with it, but it just couldn't get that good closing head at the end. This horse has run on dirt courses in the past before that Saratoga race. You have to go all the way back to the 6th of May at Belmont. 7 furlongs off turf, main 40. This horse finished second by 2 lengths. Broke on top, went back early, closed up well at the end. He just missed, but it wasn't a bad run. I do think in this spot, this horse should run well. 6-1's a great odds. He's my best bet on the card, so watch out for him. So to recap my bets for the 6th from Aqueduct, I'm going to go with the number 4 horse baseline. I'm going to go 4-2-3-1 in the superfecta. 4-2-3-1 super. So now let's get on to race number 7 from Aqueduct, the 7th race. It's an allowance optional claimer. Purse $59,000. There's fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. New York breds here, going for an optional claim price of $40,000. Field of 8 horses, going the distance of ground of 1,300 meters or 6.5 furlongs on the Big A main track. 6.5. 1,300 meters. Top pick in this race. I'm going to go to the outside, number 8, Silly Sister. I don't have a silly sister. I have a crazy sister, crazy bitch. But I'm going to go 8-2-6-1 in the superfecta. 8-2-6-1 super. Top pick number 8, Silly Sister. 7-2. Linda Rice trains this one. Junior Alvarado gets the leg up on the short filly by Broken Vow. Most recently, his horse starts 31st of August at Saratoga. 6.5 furlongs optional 40 claimer. His horse finished second by 1.5 lengths. Broke okay that day, but one thing to keep in mind, and it mentioned it in the running line also, every time this horse got the whip, he never really responded to it. You just watch his tail in the replay. Just really never got there. I don't think this is the kind of horse that really likes to whip. So maybe he has to get a good hand ride at the end. Start before that Saratoga race came at Saratoga, 9th of August, 7 furlongs, 1,400 meters, optional 40, claiming for the state breds. Horse finished third by 20 lengths. Sunset Ridge, who won and won next start out, ran a hell of a race. This horse just really hit the wall after setting the pace early on. It just wasn't his day to win. And then June the 23rd at Belmont, 6.5 lounge race, 64,001. This horse won by 3 lengths, sat back early, got the lead in the stretch, and then took off clear. Very nice victory. I do think in this spot, off the layoff, lesser spot, this horse should run well. Watch out for him. This race is not nearly as tough as those spot races. So to recap my bets for the 7th from Aqueduct here on this Friday afternoon, I'm going to go with the 8 horse, Silly Sister. I'm going to go 8-2, 6-1 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 8 from Aqueduct, the nightcap. The 8th race. It's a claiming 16 non-2L. It's going for a purse of $27,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards. Number 1, 2 races. Field of 9 horses going the distance of ground here of 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs on the Aqueduct main track. 1,400, 7 furlongs. Top pick in this race, I like the number 2 horse, Facade. I'm going to go 2-9-1-6 in the superfecta, 2-9-1-6 super. This is probably the most difficult race of the afternoon, I think. And in a multi-race, I think any one of these 4 horses I have in my superfecta, I think can win. But I kept going back to Facade a lot. I do like some of his races as of late, and I do think in past he ran against tougher quality horses and did well against them than these quality horses, which is a little subpar, I think. So my top pick, number 2, Facade, 8-1. Joe Rocco Jr. gets the leg up on this 4-year-old gelding by Harlan's Holiday. Very nice horse. I was always a fan of him. But most recently, his horse had starts 20th of January at Aqueduct, 6.5, claiming 16 non-2L. His horse finished third by 6 3/4 lengths. Didn't break all that well that day. He had to close up. He closed up well at the end, but he had just not the best of trips. Start before on the slop at Aqueduct, 7 furlongs, December the 23rd, claiming 16 non-2L. Horse finished third by 1 1/4 lengths that day, and was last early, closed up well at the end after a wide trip, but he has to sit maybe a little closer, which is something he hasn't done in quite a while. He won once in his lifetime. That came about 13 months ago, the 19th of January, down in South Florida at Gulfstream, 1 mile maiden 50, claiming this horse won by a neck that day. Just stalked that day, got the lead just in time, and had a very nice victory that day. Since then, he's been coming here. He's been here in New York, and he's just never. He showed up a few third place finishes against toughers, but I do think in this spot, he can get a good pace to close up with. Watch out for him. Like I said, hopefully he sits a tiny bit closer than 11th or something like that. So I got my bets for the 8th, the nightcap from Aqueduct. I'm gonna go with the 2 horse Facade. Gonna go 2-9-1-6 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5.